Hey there guys, what is going on? I'm sure a lot of you were very busy yesterday unlocking and leveling up the Carv.2, but today we are talking about the best Carv.2 class setup in Cold War. This is one of the best guns in the game right now in my opinion. You look at some numbers and you're like, man, this thing can't be very good. Like, take a look at the damage numbers here. And you look at the raw damage numbers and you're like 39. You do some math and you're like, that is a guaranteed 2-burst kill. There is no real way, apart from getting headshots, that you can get a 1-burst kill. And you're like, that has to be bad, right? That actually does equal about a 430 millisecond time to kill. That's not the best, but once we start slapping on these attachments here that we're going to talk about in just a few minutes here, these are some of the best stats that you can get in the game. Like, there's just a lot of good things that we can talk about, but we'll talk about them in just a second here. But just before we do get into it here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. I do massively appreciate it, and it really does help me out. Of course, we are looking for 5,000 subscribers very soon and 10,000 by the end of the year, so if you could help me achieve that goal, that would be absolutely massive. So let's talk about the Carv.2 here. There's a lot to talk about with this thing. I think this is one of the better weapons in the game right now. So as usual with these videos, the timestamps will be on the loading bar and of course in the description. So if you are looking for something specific, make sure you do skip to that section. So we're going to start off with our secondary here, which is the Akimbo pistols, the Diamartis in the dual wield variety. The attachments that we've got here are the sound suppressor, of course, for that muzzle flash concealment. The task force barrel to give us a little bit of extra damage as well as range and bullet velocity. The 5mm laser for that hip-fire accuracy increase. And then the magazine for the most amount of bullets to fire, and then as well we round this off with the dual wield stock, giving us 2 of these very powerful pistols. This essentially acts as our close range drop, and this is basically a shotgun if people are too close to us. In the tactical slot, again, you can choose whatever you do prefer here, but we like the stim shot for being able to continue our gunfights, and being able to get a new one every 11 seconds or so is a really powerful bonus. In the lethal slot, we can take whatever we do prefer here. I really like the Semtex because chucking it at someone getting some sticks is really satisfying, but again, choose whatever you prefer. And in the field upgrade slot, we're actually going with the jammer here. Being able to deny that enemy information is super important, but again, this is another option that you can choose whatever you do prefer. In the wildcard slot, we are going for perk greed here because getting those 6 perks is very, very important with this class, and you do not need 8 attachments with this thing to make it very, very powerful. So we want those perks, that flak jacket, that forward intel. You can change forward intel if you're not interested in the larger minimap and those respawns. You can take like tack mask or something like that, and of course flak jacket is for that explosive resistance. In the perk 2 slot, we're going for scavenger here to get that extra ammunition on people we do kill, as well as tracker, which I am testing out and sort of using a little bit at the moment to sort of follow people around and use a bit of stealth here. Works quite nice. And then in the last slot, we're going for Ghost and Ninja, a very reliable combination. So the attachments on the Carv.2 are going to make this thing a very, very powerful weapon in this game. With the right attachments, we can get the time to kill on this thing just a shy below 300 or about 300 milliseconds, which is definitely competitive in this game. Plus, it's so easy to use. The recoil is super manageable. I mean, you don't even have to run any recoil controlling attachments with this thing. That's how good it is. So our first attachment is going to be a little strange here. It's going to be starting off with the silencer, which does give us that muzzle flash concealment, allowing us to move around the map stealthily. This does reduce our bullet velocity by 15%, which is quite significant, but if we take a look at the stats here, our bullet velocity is already relatively quite high for this particular category. 514 meters per second is a relatively okay number. In the barrel slot then, we take a look at the titanium barrel for that increase to our fire rate of 16%. This is one of those options that does increase our time to kills quite significantly, and you want to be using this at close to medium distances. For the most part, you'll get about a 290, 300 millisecond time to kill out to about 25 meters or so. And it does drop off a little bit outside of that, but you can hit more bursts to get more kills there. As we can see, this does take our fire rate to 625 rounds per minute, which is a very, very nice upgrade over the other tactical rifles in the game, the M16 and the AUG. This is much faster here. In the underbarrel slot, as I said, we don't actually have to run any recoil controlling attachments here. So what we can get away with here is a little bit of extra movement speed statistics. The infiltrator grip does give us that 5% increase to our movement speed, which is really nice. A 5% shooting movement speed increase, which is a super big bonus with these tactical rifles. And an aim walking movement speed increase of 5%, meaning we can move around the map quite easily with this. We go to the handle, we want that serpent wrap for a 25% increase to our aim down sight time here. This does decrease our sprint to fire speed by 10%, but that's not a super big deal. This sort of balances out quite nicely here, as we can see in the statistics. If we go back into it here, an aim down sight time of 262 milliseconds with a sprint to fire time of 330 milliseconds is quite reasonable. And then lastly, we want to round this off with the SAS combat stock. This does give us a shooting movement speed of 7.82 miles per hour, which is actually quite fast for this category, and an aim walking movement speed of 5.17 miles per hour, which is actually, again, quite nice here. Keep in mind as well, the iron sights in this thing are super clean, so you don't actually need an optic either. This is a very, very cool weapon in this game. The reason it does do so much damage and has such a fast time to kill relative to some of the other weapons in this game is it doesn't have too long of a burst delay, It has quite a high fire rate, it's really accurate, and it's just super easy to use. So keep this in mind when you are using this class setup. You want to be going for those close to medium range kills for the most part, out to about 25, 30 meters or so. And we're just going to jump into some gameplay here and show some of that off. Now, this is a very, very interesting weapon in this game. It does take a little bit of getting used to that you really do have to fire those 2 bursts pretty much all the time, sometimes 3 to actually secure that kill. But as I was saying, for the most part, because you are going to get a 2... Oh boy, I did not expect that guy to be there so quickly. Alright, we're just going to back off. We're just going to back off here. Look how clean these iron sights are on this thing. Look how clean that is. That's so good. If these were the iron sights on literally every single gun in this game, oh... that would be one of the best things that they could possibly do. Just like ruin the game, make every iron sight the same. These ones in particular, so good. We haven't actually fired our weapon yet. We haven't actually found anybody to fire our weapon at. We're just going to sort of sneak up in this little position. Is there anybody on this map? Yes. So yeah, as I said, you are going to have to fire this weapon at least twice to get most kills. You're going to have to fire 2 bursts for the most part. When I use burst weapons for the most part anyway, I usually fire 2 bursts anyway, so it doesn't really change too much. And with the barrel attachments that we haven't chosen here, we actually get a very, very fast time to kill anyway, so it's not like we're losing too much out. The stock option on this is actually quite slow in terms of time to kill. Like, it's actually not that good. Oh boy, that's not good to come up against. Like, really short distance is kind of always going to be struggle street for a weapon like this, because you do have to fire those 2 bursts, and it doesn't just really happen that quickly. So again, always chuck a grenade through that corridor there. Even if there is your boys there, they might tag someone. You never know. You're just going to wait for somebody to come there. Just, oh, bruh. This thing is absolutely torching people, but I haven't warmed up today, so this could take a little while to get into here. A 3-burst weapon is something that does take a little bit of getting used to, and it's definitely not for everyone, as you can see. It can be a little bit difficult to use. Something like, it's just one of those weapons that you do have to actually think about. It's not just like full auto, you just hold down the trigger and get the job done. You do actually have to think about it a little bit, try and aim down sight most of the time, and chuck that grenade over on the right side, maybe tag him. No, we missed him, that's fine. But we were absolutely frying people last night. When I was leveling this thing up, when I was playing with it, we were absolutely torching people, bro. But I'm not hitting my shots at the moment, so it ain't happening. But just trust me, man. I know this thing sounds kind of bad. Just when you look at the numbers, you're like, a burst weapon that can't one-burst people, you can. You just got to get some headshots. Like, if you land some headshot, this is risky. I'm feeling it. Okay, that was a mistake. Yeah, a burst weapon that off the statistics can't actually like one burst people just to like a chest shot. Like 39 damage I think we've got. 3 times 39 is not 150, so you're not going to get that done most of the time. But if you land a couple of headshots in the mix, like, you're going to do okay for the most part. And sometimes you get one burst kills up close, get those headshots. Gun feels absolutely ridiculous. If this did have a damage sort of number that lets you get those consistent one burst kills, this gun would be absolutely broken, man. Like, unbelievably broken. We're going to die here. No, we lived. Alright. That's pretty good. So this is a good position to be in if people don't actually know that you're here. Mostly because you're able to get behind and into the enemy spawn. Sometimes people don't just know this way exists, so... yeah, this guy just chilling. Just vibing, just doesn't know what's going on, so that's good. We can push on the right-hand side, because there is usually going to be people sitting somewhere. You always have to be careful about cross. Damn it. So again, as I said, this is a little bit of an unforgiving weapon. Like, you do actually have to hit pretty much all your shots to get those kills with this thing, because as I said, you do actually have to land those 2 bursts to get those kills. There's no like, oh, sometimes you'll get lucky and just land all 3 bullets into the chest and you'll get a kill. It's just, you have to get some headshots or you have to land 2 bursts, which I fire them anyway. I fire 2 bursts anyway, which is, that's how I play, so it is what it is. Again, this is a very good position to be in here. That guy's in a tough spot. So oh boy, no. Oh, man. I just saw 4 people on the enemy team there. Alright, we took that guy out there. I'm not sure if anybody said anything or anybody made a video or anything like that. There's a guy just there. There's a lot of people using trophy systems at the moment. Like, it's one of the most frustrating things in the game right now. Trophy system spam just everywhere, bro. Like, everybody is using the trophy system. It sucks. I actually hate it. Like, being able to remove utility that every single operator in the game has is pretty rough. Like, it's pretty powerful. Like, that's pretty strong. So I don't know, maybe they should make the cooldown on that longer. Maybe it takes more score to unlock, because it's just super powerful. Being able to deny enemy utility is pretty powerful. I mean, so's the jam of being able to deny that enemy information is also super strong. So it's one of those things. Maybe It's a little... No, we're going. We're out of here. No. Damn. Oh. Look at that there. Look at that. We just... Oh, man. At the end of this little round, we are absolutely cooking. We are cooking people here. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. Alright, we'll jump into the second half and see what we get on here. Alright, so we're going to try and get into some good positions here, and that mostly includes the top corridor, like that little lane. You know where I'm about to head. Most people don't know that you can throw a grenade through that little window and get a big advantage on people here, so we can just sort of sit here, just listen for the zip line. If people do come up the zip line, it's very, very obvious, so we can just sit here and wait. And we're going to get a kill here very, very soon. There it is. There it is. You can mostly call your shots there. Like, that's fairly obvious when that's going to happen. Like, you just got to wait, be patient, and you'll get a kill. Alright, where are we at? Where are we at? I think we want to do this. This is a good decision. It was not a good decision. Okay, that's fine. It was a great decision. I changed my mind. Pick a little noggin up over here. No! How did he get there? Man, that would have been good too. That was going to be awesome. That was a little run. Nah, denied. Alright, we're still going to do the same thing. Chuck the grenade over there just so it is a little more clear. Anybody in the zip line? Nope. Cooked that dude. Cooked him. Alright, let's keep moving. Nah, rough. Rough. Keep that in mind. You're not going to outgun the street sweeper up close, especially if you do have to learn those two bursts, and they have to just basically close their eyes and shoot their shotgun. So keep that in mind. Alright, we got that guy. Nobody on the zip line. You just have to basically... Where's the... No. Oh man, I thought it was a piece of equipment that I could destroy. Nope, rappel down. It's interesting that like the one statistic that makes this gun actually very, very strong is the burst delay, and that's actually not mentioned anywhere in the like advanced stats that you can see. Like it just isn't mentioned, and you're like, this is like one of the most important things about the gun, and you guys just don't talk about it. Like that should be included, man. Like you should know that stuff. It's obvious when you use the gun that the burst delay is much, much faster. Well, it's much... You know what I'm saying? The burst delay is actually shorter than on the AUG and the M16, but that should be available information. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, look at him. Oh, that was an enemy? Oh, you're kidding. You're kidding. What? Okay, whatever. I don't know why there'd be an enemy. Just like chilling. Just like vibing there. But apparently there was, so that's how it is, I guess. I'm pretty confident that it's going to be safe up here. I'm pretty confident. I was correct. That is good. It's risky to push this area because you have to hit 2 bursts to actually get a kill here. So it is a little risky to push this spot. So I'm just going to hold and wait. And I know if I do hold and wait here, nobody's going to... Oh, you... Okay, so here's how we get away with this. We're going to run all the way around. Get a kill on that guy there. Silence, so nobody heard that. And we can just sort of clear up this area. Oh, hang on. Okay, that's good. Clear up that area as well. And as long as there's nobody coming from the zip line, we should be in a pretty good spot to just start, like, actually killing people here. Oh, come on. Nice. That's good. That's good. I rate that. Can I get the... Oh, can we not do this? Can we not throw flashes? I mean, you can take tac mask to get rid of that, but... I mean, I lose the respawn information, which I think is... Oh. Yes, push. No, we got him. Good stuff. I think the respawn information is simply just too useful for me to take tac mask. Like, I think it's just... Nobody takes that. Oh, God. We're doing it. We're doing it. Let's call this in. Call that in. Back there. Start absolutely cooking these fools. We got them. Ooh, boy. We going. We are popping now. Let's go. Are they actually flipped? No, we just won. Okay, 43 and 12. That's a pretty good game. We actually did all right there. We'll have our final thoughts on this gun in just a second here because I think the Carv.2 absolutely dominates in this game right now. It's probably the best tactical rifle in the game at the moment. So as we showed there, guys, the Carv.2 is something that you should definitely be unlocking and using right now. This thing absolutely goes so hard. Use a double XP token on the weapon unlocks, man. You'll fly through the levels with this. So easy to use, such a clean iron sight, excellent burst delay, it's so minimal. The fire rate's really nice, the accuracy is pretty crazy. You do have the 2 burst people, which is a little annoying sometimes, but for the most part, 2 bursting people is no problem. You still get that 300-ish millisecond time to kill. A very, very nice weapon in this game. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this one. I do massively appreciate it, of course. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!